Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. To some, this holiday is just another Halloween of evil. But it is not. This is a celebration of life and of love. And with this are 4 people who are willing to share memories of their loved ones with you. Let's listen.
My name is Tony Avila Sanchez. I had 2 sons. David Avila was 25 years old, and Danny was 28 years old when they died in 1989 and in 1995. Although they have been gone for many years, my heart aches still, and they are both missed every day. I remember the good memories of them and the laughter and the many funny things, very many funny things that they did. I'm thankful for my strong faith in God that has helped me find comfort in knowing that they are safe in His care. I also am grateful for having them in my life for so many years that we had together. I'm thankful for Dia de los Muertos celebration in Sanger, for it gives those who have lost their loved ones an opportunity to celebrate those lives who were so very special to them. Just one more time during this memorial celebration.
Ah, our beautiful señorita. She spins before us, there in front of the monitor, is an altar. A few tables, some pictures, food, some pastries. This we bring to offer our loved ones, but more so to help us remember them. The feels, the smells, the food, the drink, the objects, they help our senses remember.
Hi, my name is Salvador Ortiz Morales. I'm here to talk about my grandmother, Jenny Ortiz, and the great memory I have of her. I have her blanket right here that she crocheted many years back, and to this day it still has her scent of it when she used it as her lap blanket before she passed, and just the fragrance of it reminds me of my great memory of her, of when she would make homemade tortillas. Coming home from school, running up to the door, you could just smell the fragrance of the homemade tortillas, and I'd be the first one to get the tortilla, and she would have to put butter in it for me, and she would sit me down on her can of flour and just ask me how her day was, or my day was, and just watching her make the tortillas for all of us growing up. And she would be with her apron, and I would call her Big Grandma because she was pretty big. She was tall, and it was just one of those awesome feelings to have upon her. And I always think of her when I smell fresh tortillas on the grill. When my wife's making tortillas, you know, it just flashback of my grandmother and walking into her house and just eating tortillas. It was just awesome. And to this day, it just smelling her blanket just brings back so many memories of that day. And I just miss her a lot. And by here, I just keep her memory alive. We all keep her memory alive inside of us.
Hi, my name is Marina Mares, and I'd like to talk to you about my father, Ramon Mares. Ramon, which is my father, he worked as a sheetrock hanger for many years, till the day he passed. He passed at the age of 57. This is one of the tools he used. We call it a kicker. It actually is used to go under the sheetrock, kick it, lift it, and he would nail it down. He did work for many years till the day he died. My father was a very loving man, demanded much respect. So much that when he counted 3 with me, if I didn't listen, I'd get spanked. Fortunately, I only got spanked 3 times out of my lifetime, which is lucky for me. His hands were huge hands, lots of callus, and big feet. It's kind of funny that you remember stuff like that. I remember his face very, very, very vivid, and his hands and his feet very vivid. His body was very, very slender. He would always talk about doing the one-hand push-up, which he bragged about till the age of maybe 55. But my dad, one day, when I was growing up, maybe about 6 years old, he tells me, "Reina, come here." I said, "Reina? What do you mean, Reina? Don't call me that. Don't be calling me that, Dad." And he laughed. He thought it was funny. He goes, "Reina, come here." I ran to my mom. I'm almost in tears. I was so offended with that name. I didn't know what it meant. I says, Mama, make him stop calling me Reina." And she goes, "Mija, he's calling you his queen." And I said, "Oh." And I became very happy. I was very honored with that. And then one day he tells me, "Mija, don't let anyone change your name. Don't let anybody call you Maria, Mariana, Mares. That's not your name. Your name is Marina Mares. And you stand up for your name, and you stand up and be proud who you are." He says, "When I used to go to school, my name is Ramon Mares, but when I went to school, the teachers couldn't even say Ray. They couldn't say Ramon. So they cut me down to Ray. And they would say my name, last name, Mares." He says, "I'm not a horse. You're not a horse. That's not your name. Your name is Mares. Be proud of it." So all through his life, since school, he called him Ray Mares until he died. His tombstone says Ray Mares. So he says, "No, mija." So I always remember my dad being very proud of who he is, and he helped me face a lot of my fears, conquer my fears, and how to conquer my fears. I love him dearly, and I miss him.
With love, with hope, we pray with fondness for our loved ones. Hi, I'm Mark Medina, and I'd like to talk about my dad. I was asked today to talk about somebody who meant a lot to me, and somebody who we've lost. For me, that's my dad. He taught me everything. He taught me how to change oil in my car, change my tire, take a picture, and more importantly, he taught me how to be a dad. A lot of people don't get that lucky to have a great father. My dad, he could build anything. Houses, rebuild cars, tractors, semis. He could do it all, and he did it all with only a 7th grade education. And the most important thing he taught us was that school was important. And that family was important. When I was in 7th grade and 8th grade, we moved from Fresno to Selma. And when we moved, I didn't want to leave my friends. And they didn't have cadets in Selma. So for a whole year, my dad took me to school in Fresno and then off to work. And every day we would go home, we would stop at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven was kind of like our little, secret place to go to. We get our Slurpee or soda, we get a Tootsie Roll, the big one, not the small little ones they sell now, but the nice big ones for $1. Or we get some chips or something. It was just something they have before we got home so we could eat and Mom would never find out. So one day we're driving home. My dad picks me up and I go, "Are we going to stop at 7-Eleven? My dad goes, "No, we can't stop this time. We don't got the money." "Oh, come on, Dad. I'm hungry. I want a candy bar." And my dad's like, "Well, it's not like I'm pooping money or anything." I go, "Wouldn't that be funny if you were?" He goes, "Yeah, that'd be funny." I go, "Well, if you are." My dad just kind of laughs, looks at me,
He puts his hair underneath the seat to, just to kind of joke around. He's checking. And yeah, there was $1 there. So he pulls his $1 out. He's got this look on his face. He looks at me and he goes, I look at him and go, can you check to see if you have more? That was my dad. My dad liked to joke. My dad was a kind man. He was always there to help people. Whether it was, somebody stuck on the side of the road, or now no one wants to stop, he would be the one guy who would. And these are things that help me remember him. This was the camera he used to use all the time and showed me how to take pictures with. It was a Minolta. He must have took tons of pictures of the family, tons of pictures of me and my brothers and sisters. And this came in later. This my cousin made for him. When he got sick. See, my dad died of cancer. And today is about remembering the good things. I remember everything. His life, his death, and the little voice in my head that corrects me every time I'm going to do a mistake. That guidance I have from him, even from beyond, as I look at my sons and my nieces and nephews. I miss them, and I love them. And one day I'll see him again. But today, I get to relive a little bit of him with you. Thank you for your time.
Day of the Dead. From candy skulls to face paint to parades in the streets. We do this in celebration of life over death. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking the time to allow us to share the stories of our loved ones with you.